Well, one of the UAE's biggest property developers, Aldar, is announcing this morning that it's creating a new investment arm with over $5 billion in assets. They'll be right here at Abu Dhabi Global Market later this morning to unveil the new Aldar Investments. Earlier, I got the chance to catch up with the company's CEO in an exclusive interview, and I asked him just how concerned he is about the recent downturn in the property sector. Let's listen in.
I think these cycles are extremely important every 3 or 5 years because it allows people to rethink, to re-strategize. And I think in the last few years, with all the changes that we've seen in the government and some of these big corporates, we're really seeing this effort to really further divest away from the oil and gas sector here in Abu Dhabi and build regional and international powerhouses. The investments that are happening in all of these various sectors, so if you just look at the last 6 months, two big moments. We opened the Louvre Abu Dhabi that put Abu Dhabi on the cultural map, an unbelievable icon for Abu Dhabi, and really pushing that cultural drive. And then a couple of months ago, we saw the opening of Warner Brothers. Again, a theme park that's very rich in terms of its IP and its content and what it brings to the region.
Now, in terms of the regional and international business scenario today, you have this U.S.-China trade spat. You also have higher oil prices, which is, of course, good for Gulf Arab economies in particular. You have a lot of worries about what sanctions on Iran coming on board in November will do to sentiment in terms of investor sentiment, and certainly about worries about the region in terms of security. What would you say to an investor today?
The UAE is a safe haven for investors, and we've seen this. I mean, the geopolitical situation is something that is not new to this region, and it's existed over decades. But the UAE has proven to be resilient throughout that period and always been the number one safe haven for investors. There was new regulations, there was new financial zones that were needed. So we saw the success of the IFC. We're now reaping the success of ADGM. We're seeing the need to develop new laws. So the new corporate law came out. The financial zones obviously have their own legal jurisdictions and so on. The recent bankruptcy laws, all of these things are there to further cement and increase the value proposition. And it's working.
So at what point would you consider an IPO?
I mean, Aldar Properties is obviously a public listed company. Aldar Investments, this puts us at the forefront. We are ready to monetize this business at the right time if it's going to deliver even more shareholder growth. So this allows us to capitalize on that opportunity.
And in terms of the international opportunities, where do you see those coming?
So as I said, for the home builder, at the right time, we still see a lot of opportunity in Abu Dhabi. We've expanded into Dubai through our partnership with Emaar. That is not a small opportunity. We're talking about 7,000 units in
and
Dubai.
Some would say this should have come much earlier than it has.
Possibly. We have no regrets. We always look forward. So that was a big move for us, moving into Dubai. And then you look in the region, what's happening in Saudi, what's happening in Egypt is something that our management teams cannot ignore. Whereas at Aldar Investments, the teams are looking across a much wider map to see where that opportunity exists today.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.